Look at this. We're live. We're live right now. I'm here with Luke Hawx, terrible fantasy football player, among the worst I've ever seen.
We've had this discussion. I've given up on football.
Listen, I like it because I'll take a victory any way I can get it.
Yeah.
Slip on a banana peel, ask my players to use steroids. I don't care.
I just can't keep up, so I don't know who. Like, I'm trying to keep up with wrestling, and they got all these young cats in wrestling.
Yep.
I can't keep up with the young cats in wrestling and the young cats in football. Yeah. Like, I was around when, like, Marshall Faulk was playing. You got to remember, I'm an old man now. I'm 43 years old.
I mean,
so.
I think a lot of people were shocked to find out you were old enough to have an adult son who was wrestling, much less one that went viral, by the way. What's it like to see your son, somebody who I know you care about so much, you care about what he does so much, and you are an incredible guiding figure in his career, go viral to the point to where I think it was on Ridiculousness I saw it on MTV as well?
Yes, it was on Ridiculousness. Man, I was just talking about somebody with that earlier, and initially the clip alone had over 100 million views, which was crazy.
Incredible.
And I'm talking about between like SportsCenter and Barstool and all that stuff. And then we've obviously licensed the clip out to a few different people like Ridiculousness. So it was a good opportunity for him, and I think it did amazing things, but the problem was we didn't get to really capitalize on the moment because 3 weeks after it happened, COVID hit and shut the world down.
Oh my God, it's been that long.
Yeah,
that is insane.
But like initially everything just blew up. Like as soon as that clip went viral, we had set up interviews on ESPN, this, that. I just didn't really realize what being viral did for you.
I think we did our interview maybe 2 months before you all did that. And out of the blue, I saw an uptick in the traffic towards it. And I was like, okay, I'm glad people are finding this, but why are they finding? And then I log on to Twitter, and I'm like, oh, that's why they're finding it. Yeah. That's why they're discovering it.
Look at who our boy.
Man, the legend. It is.
You should come make a cameo in the background.
Look at this.
Just come say hi.
I just want this guy. I just want archived footage of this guy.
Oh,
Luke Hawx in heels. Are still running me, damn it. Phenomenal. We mentioned heels. I was talking to you earlier. It's like the show has a new lease on life on Netflix. Whole new promotion, a whole new audience is finding it. I love the show. Near and dear to my heart. I'm a Mike O'Malley guy, too.
You're a big Mike O'Malley guy.
Grew up on Nickelodeon Guts. He told me he was going to find me a piece of the aggro crag. I ain't seen it yet, Mike O'Malley. But how was that heels experience for you and seeing this new audience on Netflix?
Well, that was like the dream come true because we're thankful for Stars and giving us the platform. But obviously, Stars doesn't have the reach or the value that Netflix has. Netflix has a much broader audience, so it put us on a different platform. So when it took off on Netflix, obviously the numbers shot up. It was accessible to more people who viewed it, loved it, and it's got great reviews. And now we're just hoping that we can possibly get a season 3 out of it because that's what they're talking. They're talking, it has the potential for a season 3. They're really happy with the product, and they're happy with the fan response so far. So let's hope it keeps going, gets a little push and it doesn't slow down, and maybe we'll get back for a 3rd round.
We're filming this on November 30th, I think it is. I think we're about to see a big explosion in January once WWE Raw is on Netflix. And then when everybody watches WWE Raw on Netflix, heels is going to be in their algorithm as well, because why wouldn't you immediately show people that TV show?
Oh, yeah, and I think in general for entertainment, wrestling's going to pick up more all over every kind of broadcast channel or station some way, shape, or form, and it's going to open doors for more independent people. As we've seen in the earlier, like with social media, independent wrestling like blew up, right? And you can become a star now without going through the system. It used to be before you had to go through the system to become a star. Now, because of social media and its accessibility, you're able to make yourself a star. So if you can promote yourself properly, you can make yourself a star. And I think when you see like these streaming companies, they need content. And if you can be a great content creator, that's going to open up doors for you. So if you want to be a good entertainer and a good wrestler, you might have the opportunity to be on a channel like Netflix one day with your own show without ever having to go to like a WWE or something, which is cool. And I mean, nothing against WWE. We want guys to have that opportunity to go there as well. Yeah. But we also want, we want new content. We want new ideas. We want to see new talent. So there's going to be an explosion.
We talked about this yesterday. You are a part of one of the most iconic shots in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The shot of Wolverine putting the claws through your head. I mean, that to reflect on that, coming from wrestling, I mean, you also got involved in Hollywood and movies pretty early on. I mean, you were doing stuff. What is that like to look back on that and see all the things throughout the Marvel universe and realize that you are synonymous with one of those special moments?
It's cool. It's for me, I never really look back on the things I've done because I'm always trying to find new things to work on, and it's past, but I'm at that point now where it's so talked about, and everywhere I go, people bring it up. So like, it's my thing. Yeah. And I'm very thankful to have a thing because most people don't have a thing. They always want something, right? And why I had no idea that I was gonna be attached to that. I had no idea that scene was gonna be so big. I had no idea that the scene was gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Obviously memorable scene, but it was I say it all the time. It was special because it was the first time he ever stabbed someone in the head.
Yes.
On camera, because all the other were PG.
It's special. The first time he stabbed a man in the head.
Yeah. So it was I guess a groundbreaking moment for like comic book movies because I was the first guy they seen get stabbed in the head by Wolverine because all the other movies were PG-13, no blood, no. So and I didn't know that when we shot that.
Really?
No, like they didn't tell me any of that. So I didn't know I was going to be used for the commercials. I didn't know they were going to blast my face out there as the front runner. So when all that happened, I woke up one morning and my phone went crazy. Like legit, it was crazy. I thought somebody died. Yeah. Because that's normally what happens. Something bad happened when you have all those messages like first thing, right? But then before I can even read the messages, one of my students had called and I go, oh crap, it's like 6 a.m. I answer the phone real quick. I'm like, hey, what's up? Real odd that he's calling me at 6 a.m. And he goes, boss, are you in Wolverine? And I'm like, yeah, I shot it. I don't know if they're going to use the scenes, though. You never know.
Of course.
And then all of a sudden, like
we've seen people like Becky Lynch film for Marvel, and they never end up getting
I didn't know that. She filmed for Marvel.
She filmed something for, gosh, what was it? Eternals.
So
Eternals.
I work with Becky Lynch. She plays Cyndi Lauper on Young Rock, and we worked together on an episode of Young Rock. And man, she did such an awesome job. She really did well at that.
She had to convince me that it was actually her doing the voice, and I'm still a little skeptical. I'm still a little skeptical of you, Becky. Yeah, but if so,
shout out to Becky Lynch, man.
She's wonderful woman.
Super talent.
I will say this: they aren't all winners, Luke Hawx. I looked at your IMDb. I have a guilty favorite. The movie's called Wrong Side of Town.
My first, that was my first SAG film. It's me, Batista, and Rob Van Dam.
Well, there was some sagging on that film, let me tell you.
It was.
Listen, I got sold a ticket on that one because they had Batista with the 2 guns on the cover. He's in that movie for about 2.5 minutes.
Well, you know the whole story behind that, right? That was the whole problem. So I'll give you an inside scoop here.
I love this.
Right here on Fightful.
Okay.
So
we have recently reviewed this movie.
Really? Okay.
Fightful reviewed this movie like maybe a month or 2 ago.
Well, this is perfect then.
I love it.
This is perfect then. So that movie was written for Rob Van Dam.
Yes.
The director is one of Rob's really good friends. Everything was based around Rob, and it was Batista's first movie, his first opportunity. It was also my first SAG movie, which was cool.
Viscera was in it?
Viscera was in it. Yeah, and so I helped with the stunts. I helped coordinate some of the scenes with the stunts. My stunt coordinator, who broke me into business, Phil O'Dell, he was the coordinator for that film.
Yes.
So it only fit that, they threw me in. But the crazy thing about that was when it went into post-production, I don't remember what network it was. Was it? Do you remember? Lionsgate? What
it was something like that. I know I rented that shit from Redbox, and I was like, hell yeah.
Well, whoever it was, whatever production company it was, Batista was the bigger wrestling star
yeah.
at the time. So they said, we're going to put him front and center and make
Sure.
him the star of it on paper,
Wow.
which wasn't cool, you know what I mean?
No.
But it was good for Batista, you know what I mean? You can't
course.
fault a guy for getting that opportunity.
I mean, I'm sure there are people that still check out that movie because he is on the cover of it.
100%. But, you know, Rob, I'm thankful for Rob. Rob's a great guy,
Yeah, he
a good
is.
friend, you know, and I was really happy that Rob got the opportunity to star in his own movie and do a few more films. And
He had the pick a hand moment in that movie, the legendary story from ECW.
Yeah.
Also, Ja Rule was in it. He was on the
Ja
cover.
Rule was in it. I forgot Ja Rule was in it. Oh, my.
So
I was in the movie with Ja Rule.
I saw the cast, right? All these people that I knew. And Ja Rule pops up on the screen and gets shot 30 seconds later, and I lost it. I was like, amazing.
Hey, it's so funny. You forget all the people that you work with and all
Yes.
the things you've done, and
Yeah.
and just odd stuff, right? So that's what I'm thankful for about wrestling film is I got to transfer a lot of wrestling guys
Yes.
over into film and give those guys opportunity
Yes.
and take them to walk the red carpets and stuff, and that's been so cool.
I forget that literally about our fantasy football group, because in our group, 12 years ago, nobody knew half the people, and I'm like, there's an NXT announcer, a WWE wrestler, a famous comedian, a guy that makes custom shoes for all the rappers and wrestlers now. And that's barely scratching the surface. Guy who's in a bunch of movies. And it's we were just a bunch of guys in a
cool.
fantasy football group 10 years ago.
It's cool, man. When you bring together and everybody grows, and we're all different but similar, you know. And it's really nice to see. Especially, I mean, I'll be honest. I'll get sentimental for a minute. I don't have a family, and I don't have I do have a family now, but growing up, and I come from boys' home and all that stuff, the old sad story, blah blah blah. But I don't have a lot of youthful positive memories or the people I know from that time, not much positivity that comes from it. So it's cool to see my friends,
Yes.
Always prosper and do well and grow and expand. So that it gives me a lot of gives me a lot of hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And inspiration, because I don't want to be the only one that grows, and I don't want my friend. We all want to water each other and feed each other, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I'm thankful for that, man. Thankful for our fantasy football group.
Hell yeah.
Even though I suck now.
Couple more before we wrap up. Wildcat, how's it going? I mean, your guys are on top of it. I was talking to him yesterday, and I said, if more people put the care into Wildcat, a lot more indies would get covered, because you all are on top of letting people know, here's what's coming up, here are the results, here's how it's going. If you need to jump in right now, you can jump in right now.
We're trying, man, and it has to do with Sammy Kiss, Matt Lancey, Jay Spade, Buku Dow. There's a lot of people who work behind the scenes really hard, not just myself. So I'm thankful to have those guys. We got a big show next week, our 13-year anniversary show, December 7th at the Punch Train Center in Kenner. I'm actually wrestling my son in a steel cage. We have not spoken 2 years. That's all legit. And it's wild. I think a lot of people are torn, because, especially my friends, because they know us and they know what's going on behind the scenes, and now it's kind of transitioned over in wrestling. They say the best storylines are something that's real.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have the opportunity that we are a wrestling family, and we have issues, and we can get in there and we can shoot it out, as they say.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for that, and I'm also.
You think it'll fix anything?
I'm nervous.
Sure.
Too. I've never been really nervous for a match before, and for this one I'm nervous because I know he has a lot to prove, and I know I have lessons to teach him, and I got to find that line and being a parent, but also letting him be a man and get his understanding out. So it's going to be tough, but I'm ready for it. I'm healthy. I'm feeling good, It's a really big show. We got a lot of people with us. Mark Henry, the Dudley Boys, Mandy Sachs, our champion, Danny Flamingo, Brady Pierce, Brian Kendrick's back. We got a lot of talent, man. JTG and
like JTG too.
Yeah, so it's going to be really good, man. And I'm thankful for what we have at Wildcat. We've really, the last 13 years haven't been easy, especially through the COVID years, but everybody went through that.
Sure.
So we're in those rebuilding stages, and last time we were at the Ponce Train Center, we did 2,400 people. You know, and I don't think we'll do that well this time because I think it's a different world at the moment.
Of course, yeah.
But a lot of people are excited to see, and I think we'll do well. And I'm ready for it. I wish you could be there.
Yeah, me too.
But
I'm making it down sometime.
Yeah, we're gonna get you down. But you're gonna see it on video, and you're gonna see me
Beating your son.
Yeah, beating my son.
Last one. As I walked up to your table, I was like, why does he have a picture of Stone Cold Steve? And I'm like, oh, yeah, he played Stone Cold Steve Austin and looked so much like him that image, I've seen that image on a million documentaries, recreated in a perfect manner there. What was that like for you? And what kind of feedback did you get?
I got a lot of positive feedback. And unfortunately on that show, a lot of the characters got a lot of negative heat online. Yeah. And that's to be... That's to be expected, right? When you're portraying somebody. So my thing was I knew who I was portraying, and I wanted to do it justice. It was a family comedy, and I was familiar with it, but I didn't want to treat it like a family comedy. I wanted to treat it, I wanted to do justice to Steve Austin's character. And I remember before we filmed, I talked to Steve. We called each other. Well, he called me, and Helms had him call me, actually.
Incredible.
Shout out Hurricane Helms. So, fantasy football.
Slightly better at fantasy football than you. I had to mail that title belt back to him.
Oh, man. I need that belt. I'm going to have to get it one day.
You don't need it that bad.
I don't.
Just roll over.
I had enough belts. But, no, so Helms told Steve I was playing him. So, Steve called me. And I was like, hey, man, I really want to do you justice. I want, is there anything to stay away from? Anything any tips you can give me? And his exact words, can we curse on here? Do you curse on this podcast?
Yeah, you can curse.
He goes, ain't too hard to fuck me up. So he's like, and it's, I think it was Rob Van Dam who actually said, oh, yeah, Luke plays a better Steve Austin than Steve Austin. But no, I just wanted to do Steve Austin justice, man. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. And, I had that opportunity, and it also was an opportunity for me to showcase some range and some acting skills instead of just being the bad guy and coming in and going, oh, I'm going to kick your ass, blah, blah, blah. So it gave me an opportunity to play a character and show range, and I just wanted to knock it out, and I'm thankful for it. And so thank you, $7 Productions. Thank you, Brian Gerwitz.
My God, a great writer. Great writer.
Fantastic.
Before we go, let the people know where they can support you, Wildcat.
Yeah, head over to wildcatsports.com or at Wildcat Sports on all social media. WILDKAT, cat with a K. And if you want to find me personally, it's at Luke Hawx 504, LUKEHAWX 504. So holla, thank you, Sean.
Or at the bottom of the standings of the Canyon Cup. Until the next time, my friends, we're out. There is no product that we have promoted more on Fightful that I use while I'm awake than NordVPN.com/Fightful. You guys have probably seen me anchored to my desk an awful lot for quite a while, and I've always got NordVPN on all my devices. That's because that's what NordVPN.com/Fightful allows. You get the fastest VPN in the world on all your devices, on all your operating systems. It is so beneficial to have that versatility. Here at home, I put it on my router just in case, and I put it on my phone, laptop, desktop, PC, and smart TV. That allows you to get all the benefits. The online threat protection, the ability to change your virtual location with just one click, the ability to use that NordPass password manager, the file encryption tool, all that good stuff on everything. Also, you can subscribe to all those overseas services I'm telling you all about, all with 24/7 tech support and a 30-day money-back guarantee on top of an already amazing deal. Protect yourself on all your devices with NordVPN.com/Fightful.